Welcome to the RISE portal. In order to access the surveys, you need to log in. Once you're logged in, you'll have direct access to the 5 different types of survey available. The most important and extended source of information is what you'll find in diaries, which are based on bi-weekly repeated interviews. The intake and baseline interviews took place before the diaries, first to select the respondents who are going to take part in the research, and then to find out about the situation before the project started. The bi-weekly specials consist of one-off questionnaires about specific topics such as financial literacy, gender differences, energy, etc., while the case study gives you the possibility to choose one topic and examine the answers and evolution of a specific respondent. Let's examine the categories more closely. The intake and baseline surveys are presented in the same way. All the questions asked are on the left side of the screen. If you want to see the global results, taking all the respondents into account, click on No Segmentation Report. But if you want to examine the results per country, gender, age group, etc., click on Segmentation Report. And on the right side of the screen, under Filter, you can select the parameter you're interested in and then press Filter. Clicking on this button gives you the possibility to enter full screen mode or to download the graphs. For the time being, the aggregate button that you find on the left side of the screen doesn't generate any information. But let's head back to the main survey page and have a closer look at diaries, which provides the most important source of information. Here, you'll find 13 different categories to choose from. In the first category, aggregates, you'll find centralized information about topics such as business, employment, agriculture, expenditures, savings and loans, but the difference is that it gives you an overview of the total savings of business incomes, for instance, while if you click on business, you'll have more detailed information. Like in the intake and baseline surveys, all the questions asked are on the left side of the screen. If you want to see the global results, taking all the respondents into account, click on No Segmentation Report. And if you want to examine the results per country, gender, age group, etc., click on Segmentation Report. And on the right side of the screen, under Filter, select the parameters you're interested in. However, in diaries, you have more advanced search possibilities as you can choose several parameters at the same time. For instance, you might want to examine the results of a woman aged 35 to 45 from Congo living in Naki Valley. Press Filter and it will generate your results. If you choose another category, you'll have a quick overview first, and you'll need to scroll down a bit to see the graphs. The information which has been centralized in the aggregates category that we've just had a look at can be found here in aggregate questions. For some topics, like business in this case, you also have the possibility to either check the global results by clicking on the Overview button in the middle of the screen, or select another option from the drop-down menu in order to have the results displayed. You can combine this with the filtered search on the right side of the screen to get very specific results. Once again, if you click on this button, you can choose to enter full screen mode or to download the graphs. Note that if you scroll down a bit further, you'll have additional information. To find your way through the bi-weekly specials, follow the same instructions as for the diaries. And finally, the case studies are very similar. The only difference is that here you can examine the answers and evolution of a specific respondent. For instance, let's choose employment and examine respondent 1. The first question is whether this person had employment. The graph shows that they only had employment for very short periods of time at the end of October, beginning of November, and at the end of November, beginning of December.